Well, hello. Sorry, I was just playing some Pokemon Ultra Sun. Um, I've got something to talk about. Pretty much everyone does. It's nothing new. Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. So, I've got to talk about, since I'm a Pokemon fan, I'm all into this stuff, I've got to add my opinion on the whole Dexit issue. Yeah. So it's gonna be one of those videos. It's more of a kind of rant, talk, kind of discussion. I don't want to. Yeah. So I guess we'll get started. So just on the 9th, well, actually it was the 10th. It was very early in the morning. Um, I made a tweet on Twitter. Actually, two tweets. So there's that. But anyway, I'm gonna read it to you because that's really what it is the basis of this video. Um, so I tweeted a picture, and I'll show you the picture in a sec, but it said, we can only really decide if the new Pokemon and features are worth the $360 and the loss of around half the older Pokemon, if we buy the game and play it. And I think Game Freak knows that. We will never know if the trade-offs are worth it until we play the games ourselves. And then I followed it up with, I hope this just opens up the discussion a little more for people to understand that for the company, this is probably a win. They'll make money selling the game and the console because we'll play it because we love Pokemon and or because we want to know if it's worth it. So basically what I'm talking about here is this idea of Game Freak probably knows we're going to play Sword and Shield regardless of how we feel about the issue, because there's going to be there's the group of fans that are like, yeah, we don't care, we want the new Pokemon, the new features, stuff like that, and there's the fans that just don't care, just about anything, that just going to play Pokemon. There's going to be the new fans who just want to play Pokemon, and there's going to be those of us that are upset with the half of the Pokemon missing, loss of Mega Evolution, loss of Z moves, and stuff like that, and maybe also the animations and stuff like that. So it really is kind of this. Every people from all those groups are going to buy this game, and they're going to buy it to see if it's good or not, and then they're going to play it. Because to really know if this is going to be a good game, to really know if we're going to enjoy this game, we kind of have to try it out. And for the majority of people, they're going to have to just buy it. Now, in the tweet, I did say 360 because I included the cost of a brand new Nintendo Switch and the game. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you already own a Switch, you're fine. Just $60 for the game. If you need both, then it's a bigger investment all at once. Stuff like that. Well, actually, no, not entirely true. If you get the Nintendo Switch Lite, it'll only be about $260. So there you go. Yeah. Which, side note, that's probably what I'll be doing because I like to save money. Like, I could one of my paychecks could pay for a Nintendo Switch right now. I make 450 to 500, just depending on the how much I worked in the pay schedule, but or the pay period. But for me, it's kind of that I don't want to pay that much, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna play a lot of the games on it. Though, we'll see, because it's just a handheld. That's what should be known. But that is completely besides the point of this conversation. Back on track. One of the things too is we're gonna play the game because either we really just don't care about losing half of Pokemon. Like, we don't care what Pokemon those are. Like, people are like, oh, I want to play with the new ones. I want to play with all of these new features. And then there's the people that are upset about this, myself included. I'm kind of disappointed by kind of how Game Freak's going about this, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But I'm still probably gonna play this game because I want to know, are the newer Pokemon Like, how many are we getting? Like, if we're getting like 150 new Pokemon, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. If we're getting, maybe we're getting upwards to 200. Maybe they're getting a lot of Pokemon, and maybe who knows? We don't know. The game hasn't come out yet, so this is just random speculation. But that's the thing, is like, if they came out with a butt ton of new Pokemon, part of me says, okay, I can kind of see why you skipped out on 400 Pokemon from the originals. Myself too, I want to know, is losing that 400 Pokemon going to be fun? You know, because part of me is going to be upset, like if it's like Delphox, Dialga, some Espeon. If Espeon doesn't make it, if Espeon and Fennekin do not make it, I will lose everything I hold dear, and Pokemon will have to just deal with the fact that that's one less person. Probably not going to make a big difference, but for me it'll be good. But anyway, one of my favorite mechanics was Mega Evolution. I really got into Pokemon during Gen 6, and then so Mega Evolution has a big is a big deal for me. So to see that that's not coming back kind of has me going, okay. Also, crystals, I only used them because they were there, so I can get by without that. But for me, it's this Gigantamax and Dynamax. If these things are like viable, useful replacements or mechanics in place of Mega Evolution, we'll see. Because I'm one of those people that I will enjoy anything. Like I enjoyed like Sonic Forces more than I think a lot of people did, just because for me it was just engaging enough that I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. Stuff like that. I enjoy things just because they're there, not necessarily if they're entirely good. Like I'm gonna say, I watched The Last Jedi, and for the most part, I was entertained. I enjoyed it initially. Like when you look back, you kind of go, okay, there's some things wrong, but initially, it's fun. And it's a movie that I've gone and I've watched a few more times since then. But I'm like, yeah, it's okay, I guess. With Pokemon, it'll probably be the same. If I get Sword and Shield, it'll probably be that I'll continue playing it just because it's part of the new future, I guess. But we'll see if it's really fun or not. So yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to get at is a lot of people, myself included, are gonna buy this game regardless of how we feel about it. We all, like with Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we were like, oh my gosh, the remakes, we just got excited for it. We all played it to see if it was good. Partially also just because out of spite of the, what was it, the IGN review, the the kind of okay, like the not 10, it was like 7.8 or something out of 10 because it was too much water. I think it was part of that. But with like Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we all played it because we wanted to know if it was really going to be this good. They were hyping that game up like there was no tomorrow. I mean, partially Sun and Moon had too many trailers, but that's something else. But really, those games, they hyped out to be these big games, these amazing games. We played them because we wanted to know. Because we're like, all right, if you say it is, we'll play it. And it turned out to be pretty good, at least in my opinion. So yeah, it kind of, yeah, I think, but yeah, so that's kind of basically what that tweet was. I have it up here right in front of me. And so one of the things I said, I hope this just opens up discussion. So what I did, I don't know if this was the best or the worst decision in my life. I tagged a few people in the photo that was in the tweet. Those people were Pokemon. I tagged the Pokemon Twitter. I tagged Game Freak or Junichi Masuda's Twitter because I was like, I think you guys should see this just because I think you guys are going to look and go, yeah. And I had a couple Poketubers, or at least YouTubers that have made enough Pokemon content about this issue recently that I felt, I'm like, you guys might want to just think about this a little bit because I've watched their videos kind of going, okay, I like what you're doing, I really like this, I agree with this and this and this, here's this new idea. Because that's really all this is for me, is kind of that, hey, think about this a little bit. So yeah, because what comes from this is that Game Freak will ultimately make money from this. They're not going to learn their lesson of, we'll be disappointed. Like, people are going to buy this game and they're going to maybe be, what if we're all right and half the national dex is gone and it sucks. Mega Evolution missing, it sucks. The new features suck. The new Pokemon, except for Wooloo, suck. Like, when you use that, Wooloo is perfect in every way. That one's fine. Anyway, so, but the idea is they're gonna still make the money, They're still gonna have all this money from that. And so they're gonna kind of look and go, okay, this is okay. I mean, people are gonna still, even after the game comes out, they're gonna criticize them. And if you don't like it, you should be able to say, hey, I didn't like this and here's why. As crazy as it may be. I mean, if you just said I don't like it because I don't like it, you're not helping. But if genuinely, if a lot of people are like, hey, we didn't like this feature, we like this feature, could you bring back this feature? It will kind of, for the most part, you would think people would go, okay, we'll fix it. We'll come up with newer games in the future. We'll for sure have that. Because one thing that disappointed me with like his original response, like Masuda's like letter to the fans, I got it was like 2 weeks ago. He was like, oh, but just because they're not in this game doesn't mean they won't be in future games. It's like, why don't you just put them in now? That way they're there. That's just me. I'm not a programmer. I'm not an animator. I'm not someone who does this. But from the general public, it kind of seems like, well, why don't you just do it now? So you don't have to do it later. It is kind of hard when you see that they're working on 2 different games at once. You can kind of tell they're probably not 100%. They're like not all in. They know this game will make them money. And I think that's what it is too, is they're like, hey, we can work on this other game because we know this game will sell. This game will make us money. We don't have to worry about it as much. So lack of effort, something like that might be a possibility. And I've thought about it a little bit too. They could upgrade 1% of all the existing animations. And those are the ones we get to see, like the tail whip and stuff like that. Maybe there's just a little bit of extra in there, but not all of them get it. But, like tail whip, they're like, yeah, we don't care about editing that one, but there's like a couple that they do. Though that small handful, they'll be like, hey, we updated animations, we made them better. Why are you complaining? It's like, well, you didn't do it for all of them. And they're like, oh, well, we did it. You kind of see what I'm saying? They said they would do this. They didn't say how much. It would be disappointing if they only did like a handful of the animations, but they realistically could. So, yeah. I think that's it. That's it. It's kind of been it's a little bit of a ramble, just kind of spitting everything out because I have to. Partially because I believe in this so much. I believe that, and I believe that, something can be done in the sense of, like, you think about the Sonic movie. We got that trailer. People lost their minds. I mean, they went just insane. Like, myself included, I saw it and I'm like, when I first announced it, I was like, hey, that's great. And then when I saw the trailer, I was like, I am not going. They have lost my money. I hadn't bought tickets, no one could, but I was just like, I will not buy a ticket to this movie. It is not worth it to me. But enough people said something like that. Enough people were like, hey, this is really terrible. That's not what it doesn't even look remotely like it. Why don't you just try doing it like this? And, they responded. Everyone making that movie was like, you know what? You're right. Let's fix this. Because they wanted people to be happy. They wanted to because they knew that if people really didn't like it, people would still come to see it, but a lot more people would be like, no. Problem with the Pokemon as like the game there's gonna be so much stuff that, you know, because they threatened to, because like with the Sonic movie, it was very much just we don't like this appearance. I'm not going. Because we got to see one thing, and with Pokemon, they've shown us so much stuff, but I think one of the differences is really just this bit of hope because they keep fighting us, but you know, like Mama's letter really was just, "Thank you for your concern. We're really just not going to do anything about it." Whereas I think a lot of people are we have that little bit of hope deep inside, deep down. We hope things will turn out perfect, turn out, you know, and everything will be happy. And I think that's what we all live on. Is that that's what we as gamers and as just fans of anything in general, you know, we all hold out and something. We hope that something good happens. So, yeah, that's. I think this is over now. I'm talking way too long for about the same kind of thing. So there you have it. That's my whole opinion on this issue. I don't think I have anything else right now. I will, yeah, I in the description will be link to my Twitter. You should totally go follow it and check out the tweet that I just talked about. You know, just kind of check out, kind of see what it is. You know, if you just want a refresher on it. I also I try to tweet more often about stuff, especially with all this going on. I'm trying to get some stuff. Plus, there's always Wooloo love on there, um, both from Pokemon and some a little bit from myself. So definitely check that out. Also, hit that like button if you like this. And also subscribe. I mean, yeah, do it, please. You should totally do it. So yeah, yeah, and then also, I mean, if you want to, go in the comments and kind of tell me kind of how you feel about this idea that I just proposed, as well as just kind of tell me why or why not you're gonna buy this game. Kind of just, I just kind of like that kind of thing. You know, if you're gonna, you know, are you one of those people that just doesn't care? You want the new features, you don't want the older stuff, so you're gonna do this and that. Or are you one of those people that really feel strongly that this stuff should all be there, regardless of the new stuff? Just kind of let me know. Please be civil about it. I don't like people bickering back and forth. You know, I hate going on like Pokemon's Twitter and seeing people fight about it. Like some of you really do have like really good like uh, tweets and stuff about it or comments and kind of going, well, I here's kind of this, and they present this, and they present other people present this, and it's very, very kind of like, hey, I'm not going to say you're wrong for believing that this should be, but I think this is the better approach, you know, to this. And that's basically what this video has been. It's been me saying, hey, I believe that the Pokemon game would be better with all this, but I can see why this is happening. You know, I can see why people believe that what is happening currently is okay, and here's kind of why I think Game Freak's doing it. Here's kind of why all this and that. So it really just kind of, I need to stop talking. So, bye.